Hi guys, I'm Milo. I'm the campaigns manager here at Flexible, and I'm just going to do a short video for you today on how to get past the gatekeeper. So for those of you who don't know, the gatekeeper is essentially the middleman between yourselves and the decision makers. And yeah, starting off it can be a little bit tricky getting past them. So yeah, I'd always suggest to keep away from using scripts, hence the first tip over here, don't script plan. No matter how good an actor you might be, regardless if you are reading off a script, that tone of voice is naturally just going to come out, which immediately screams salesman to these gatekeepers, which is essentially what they're there for. They're there to filter through calls to the decision makers, and more times than not, they're not going to really want to take any sales calls in particular. They want to know who they're speaking to, because their time's precious at the end of the day, and yeah, they can't take on any old call. So yeah, I'd always say go in with a plan of how you're going to approach the call, but then leave yourself room to kind of improvise with the dialogue, because it's going to come out a lot more natural at the end of the day, and yeah, it will go that sort of extra way to help you actually get through to the decision maker, and it also works to help you build that bit of rapport with the gatekeeper, which can only be a good thing, really. Okay, second tip for you guys is to try and sound senior in these calls. So this is kind of going back to our first tip here, where you are trying to kind of keep away from that sort of salesman's type approach in these calls, because yeah, obviously these are the types of calls that gatekeepers historically are just kind of filtering through. So I mean, a good way of doing this is just to confidence is key here. And you want to speak nice and slowly with the gatekeeper. You want to sort of articulate your responses, and yet just try and sound important, I guess. I mean, a good way that I kind of approach it when I'm just calling up gatekeeper answers, say the name of the company, whatever, is I'll just ask them their name. I won't say, hello, how are you? I'm calling from so and so. I'll just say Peter Smith. That's it, and then just like that, and then immediately that kind of, I guess it throws off the gatekeeper in a sense. They don't really, they don't really know how to respond. So they're gonna it's gonna sort of provide a sense of like personability, if that's the right word. Because it basically sort of seems as if you know them in some sort of way, which, well, I mean, I find that works, and yeah, I mean, I'd definitely say for you guys to give that a try as well. But yeah, try and sound in senior, just try to keep away from that salesman type approach, and yeah, just sort of exude confidence and authority. So then going forward, the third tip I'll give to you guys would be just to relax, because it's a pressurized situation. I mean, you want clients, and you could be going through God knows how many cold calls. I mean, it's not the easiest thing in the world. You have to be very persistent. You have to be persistent, tenacious. It's like, because you are going to handle rejection as well, and you have to take that on the chin. You just need to kind of pursue it. You can't take things personally. You need to keep going forward. But obviously, when you have made however many calls in a day, and just nothing's happening, it can easily come across in your voice. You're frustrated. So when you do kind of, you feel a little bit stressed, or you feel a little bit anxious, or you're just frustrated in general, that's naturally going to come out into your tone of voice, and therefore that's going to transfer to the gatekeeper how they perceive you, essentially. And if you do come across that way, I mean, you're never going to get past them. You're never going to get to that decision maker, which, well, yeah. So I mean, what I'd say is, I mean, if it has been a bit of a frustrating day, things are a bit on top of you, just kind of take a step back, maybe give yourself a 5-minute break, just take some deep breaths, and just kind of prepare yourself for that next call. So I can guarantee more times than not that you may not necessarily get through to the decision maker straight away, but you're going to leave a positive impression on the gatekeeper, which is only going to heighten your chances next time you call, trying to get through. Okay, and lastly, you know, try and build a little bit of rapport with the gatekeeper as well. Obviously, I'm sort of saying sound senior, go with the authoritative approach, but you know, if that's not coming off for you straight away, then yeah, I mean, you need to think on your toes, and you know, building rapport with the gatekeeper is only going to be a positive thing for you. So it's almost going back to our third tip here, where you know, it's all about the impression that you leave. You know, you leave with the gatekeeper, because you know, it might not work then, but next time you call back, it can go a long way to sort of helping you get through. Okay, so while I say, you know, build rapport with them, speak to them, sort of build that relationship, you don't want to give away too much about, you know, what you're trying to sell and what you're trying to pitch, because ultimately they could go and pitch that themselves to their boss, and you know, it's just not going to. Yeah, I mean, nothing's going to happen from it. Just enough to kind of let them to sort of create intrigue to their boss without actually selling the product for you. Okay, cool. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah, I hope it was informative for you. If you have any sort of questions or queries, feel free to comment in the comment section below, and yeah, we'll be happy to answer them for you.